Without Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever faithful, they showed up. Despite the absence, Fever wings.
She's not just a rookie, she's a revolution. Even when Caitlin Clark doesn't step on the court, millions still tune in. The Indiana Fever just broke another ratings record, and once again, it's all because of her. From sideline to spotlighted, Caitlin Clark proves she's the face of the league, and she's turning the Fever into America's team. If you believe Caitlin is the reason the WNBA is thriving right now, drop a 100% in the comments. Caitlin Clark didn't even play, and still, the numbers were insane. Her much-hyped matchup with Paige Buchers was supposed to be one of the biggest moments of the season, but due to a lingering groin injury, Caitlin had to sit out, and yet, the game still averaged 1.14 million viewers on ION, peaking at 1.5 million. That's not just good, that's historic. It was ION's most watched broadcast of the entire season and the 7th most watched WNBA game ever on that network. Let that sink in. Note Caitlin on the floor, and still, the audience showed up in massive numbers. Why? Because people weren't tuning in for just basketball. They were tuning in for Caitlin Clark. Her presence, even from the bench, is enough to keep fans, families, and first-time viewers locked in. It gets better. The 6 most watched games on ION last season all featured Caitlin Clark. Her matchups against teams like Chicago Sky and Phoenix Mercury pulled in 1.66 million, 1.34 million, and 1.26 million viewers respectively. She doesn't just lift her team, she lifts the entire league. And here's the wild part. Caitlin still hasn't even made her ION debut this season. That debut, it's expected to hit 1.5 million plus easy, and that's not hype. That's what the data says. When a player can break viewership records without even playing, you're not just looking at a star, you're looking at a once-in-a-generation phenomenon. Let's talk facts. No other team in the WNBA is drawing the spotlight like the Indiana Fever. And there's one name behind it all, Caitlin Clark. Even in games she doesn't suit up for, Indiana dominates the airwaves. After the Fever's matchup with the Wings, the one Caitlin missed, fans kept watching. But when the next game aired, Mercury versus Liberty, viewership plummeted by nearly 500,000. 500,000 people simply tuned out. Why? Because the moment the Fever game ended, so did the interest. No disrespect to the other teams, but the difference is undeniable. When Caitlin plays, the Fever's games sit at the top of the charts. Over 1.6 million watched her take on Chicago. More than 1.3 million showed up for Phoenix. Minnesota, 1.2 million tuned in. These aren't just numbers. They're proof that Caitlin is turning Indiana into the most watched franchise in the league. She's making every Fever matchup feel like a primetime event, no matter the opponent. Even top-tier stars like Asia Wilson can't carry national attention the same way.